Well, what is your take on the matter?
My take, it depends on what kind of take you expect from me. I am not a politician. I don't belong to any of the parties.
Legally speaking.
Legally speaking.
Yes.
I think Tambuwal, it's an adult. He made a choice.
The choice he made, which he's free to make, is in line with the Constitution.
It's in line with the Constitution. Make whatever choice you like, provided you don't offend the law.
So he has not offended the law in any way?
He has not offended any law in any way. He has made a choice. And what is that choice? To move away from PDP to the other party. But having made this choice, upon consideration of everything about pertaining to that choice, he should also be ready to take the consequences of his choice. You cannot take one and leave the other. Now I believe that he knew what he was about to get before he made that choice. What is the position? Did you become the Speaker of the House because you are Tambuwal? No. First of all, how did you get to the House? By process of election. How were you elected? You were elected as a candidate of a party. And what is the position of the Constitution on that? A member of the Senate, a member of the House, the moment you leave the party on whose ticket you are elected, you cease to be a member of that House. The provision, I believe, is mandatory because it used the word shall. Shall cease to be a member of the House of Representatives from the moment you make that choice. So this is one of the consequences of his choice.
It would seem that there is a provisor as well. I mean, unless, of course, there is a division. I would think the Constitution speaks of a division as well.
Yes.
Unless there's been a division in your party.
Yes, if there has been a division in your party, what do we mean by division? Is there division in PDP? Let me ask you that question.
I don't think that's the right question.
The PDP here, the court said there was, at that time there was a rift. That's for the other members of the House that defected. But then, some have argued that what Tambuwal's decision is based on is not the national PDP, but the state chapter of the PDP in his own state.
Well, I don't know what is happening in his state, but the fact is this: if there is a division, that problem in his state, how is the division there? I know at the national level there's a division, but the division metamorphosed into the main PDP and another PDP, new PDP or so. So if you said, I am no longer a member of the main body, and I belong to this other body, no problem. That, I believe, is the intendment of that proviso in the Constitution. Not for you to move away from your party into an altogether different party.
Well, it's pretty tricky now. So you're saying that if you had moved into, say, a party called the New PDP, you would not be asking that he step aside. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
But how does that work out? Because if this New PDP is now a member of another new political party, doesn't that by extension mean that if he were a member of the New PDP, he would directly be absorbed into this new party?
You know, the proviso says unless there is a division in the party, division, the party is divided into two, and you belong to one faction of that, the same party, no problem. Because whatever problem it is internal. It may be resolved. They are politicians, they have a way of resolving these issues, even if the resolution is temporary in nature, but they usually do.
So, and in cases where they are not, what happens?
In cases where they are not, you stay there. You remain in that faction of your party, that division within your party. You remain there and serve out your term.
What eventually happens? I mean, because some people say that, yes, much as we're looking at the legalese, we cannot divorce the politics of it as well. What eventually happens if, for instance, I mean, he came to power, he became speaker with, majority of votes from APC senators, then ACN senators, or from minority votes as well, with also powers from the PDP, votes from within the PDP, even though he wasn't the preferred candidate of the party. Yeah. How do you see the politics, for instance, panning out within the House of Representatives if, for instance, he's asked to vacate a seat?
It becomes a matter of politics within the House, no longer a constitutional matter. But the fact is, if we go back to the Constitution, can he actually come back to the House? Because the Constitution says, a member who defects to another party shall cease to be a member of that House. So when you're no longer a member of that House, are you coming to the House to play the politics? That is one scenario. Another scenario, you now come in, assuming this first scenario does not take place. You now come in and you're relying on this. How are you sure in Nigeria, politics in Nigeria, how reliable are they? Those that voted for you the first time may turn against you now. Those, because you know that as they are moving, politicians generally, as they are moving from the PDP to APC, in the same way, they are moving from APC to PDP and other parties. So how reliable are they? These are matters that are neither here nor there.
Well, I hope the politicians will try to internalize all you've said this morning. I would like to thank you so very much, Cosmas Chikwendu, a legal practitioner, for finding time to join us this morning. Well, Sunrise Daily takes a moment now, and we will return shortly. Stay with us. Well, so long for today. We'd like to thank you so very much for being such a nice company on Sunrise Daily. I'm Sulaiman Alede. Again, this is for you. Thank you for always being there. I'm Maupe.
We got a mail from Bambi, who says he's always having fight with his girlfriend because he's always watching channels. Bambi, thank you, and all the others have been watching. Thank you. I'm Neo Taipei. Well, at least now they know it's about channels, not about Maupe. I'll see you again tomorrow then. Bye.